firsties. It's Wednesday, and we're going to end up finishing up our Wednesday with social studies. So you have the packet again, I have the book, but you're going to get out your social studies packet, and you're going to turn to lesson 2, which is page 116. Okay, so we're just going to go through these pages together, 116, 117, and 118, and then we'll finish up next week, okay? So let's look at this here. How does the Constitution help our country? Well, if you remember yesterday when you were watching, we learned about the 13 colonies and how the 13 colonies, which were really part of England, left England to become our first 13 states in our country, the United States. So that is what we're going to be reading about today, and the Constitution and what it means. So the words at the top of the Constitution, what do they say? Why do you think the Constitution begins with these words? And the Constitution starts with the words here. They're trying to show you, we the people. So stop and think, why is it saying we the people? And if I think back to yesterday, we talked about how the colonists, how they got together and they discussed things and they talked about their ideas with each other. So we the people is like they got together, and it wasn't just one person making all the rules for them, but they worked together as a team. Kind of like when we vote on what we want to do for our Fun Fridays. It's not just one person in the class saying, we're going to do this for Fun Friday, but we have a couple choices, and then whichever choice gets the most votes is what we do. So that's what we the people is. Like they got together and said, hey, let's do this. Okay, so let's read a little bit about that, and then you'll be all done for today with social studies. And it tells us, as always, we're going to circle the words we don't know, which isn't anything new. We do that all the time, right? And underline clues that help you with what the Constitution is, who serves in the Congress, and who makes sure laws are fair. All right, so we're going to read this, and then I'll go over what I highlighted for today. 3 branches of government. Long ago, leaders wrote the Constitution. The Constitution is the set of rules that explains how the United States government works. A government is a group of people who make decisions for a state or a country. The leaders created a government with 3 branches or parts. The first branch or part is Congress. Congress is a group of leaders from each state. They make laws. Then the second branch is the president. The president makes sure the laws are followed. And the last part or branch is the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court makes sure laws are fair and follow the Constitution. Okay, and then it says the web shows the 3 branches of the United States government. All the branches must work together to make sure the government works well. And that's just kind of like how we work together in our classroom. And when we all get along, we're doing a great job. We earn tallies, we earn ice cream cones, we earn tickets. Now let's go back and see what each part of our words here explained or do. So the Constitution, it says, what is the Constitution? Well, right here, the Constitution is the set of rules that explains how the United States government works. So it's the rules for our entire country. Then it says, who serves in the Congress? Well, Congress is a group of leaders from each state. So from each state, somebody becomes a congressperson. And then who makes sure the rules are fit and the laws are fair? The Supreme Court. Supreme Court makes sure that the laws are fair. So I just was doing my reading detective skills, and I underlined the important parts. So if you have a highlighter or a crayon or a colored pencil and you want to underline or highlight like I just did, you can do that too, since we kind of read this together. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a good day, firsties.